Hello, friends. Today we have a amazing guest. Actually, I will call it less of a guest, more of like a client, and every client becomes a friend. And our first podcast on virginhome.ca couldn't be any better because, the message that we want to convey to people seizing the opportunities in pre-sale, be it residential and commercial, through this video, I thought we just had an amazing, successful story. And we have Nick, that we recently did a transaction. And who would this be that I said, Nick, come and share your story with our new friends that's going to be watching and gaining some information, and how they're going to use it to their personal finances will be definitely helpful. So kind of give you a little bit background of what we did for Nick. Most first-time home buyers will look into buying a condo in residential, which Nick's train of thought was. But Nick chose to go for his first purchase in a pre-sale commercial strata office. We did about last summer in 2021.
Yeah.
And so we just successfully assigned it and made I would say, reasonable gains out of it.
Pretty decent.
Yes, pretty decent. So you kind of put the numbers as a 20% investment of a deposit for 110,000 ballpark. We have made a gross profit of 138,000. So the numbers are really something that I will have Nick talk about his personal journey into this transaction, and for our friends to learn and earn. So Nick, thank you so much for coming to the first podcast.
It's a pleasure.
Yes, and breaking the virginity of our video sequence.
Anything I could do.
Awesome.
Anything I could do.
Yes, so we'll go, Nick, as to start it off. Tell us, how did you thought that commercial product or commercial pre-sale will be your first choice of real estate investment?
Yeah, I mean, so for like the longest time, I've been like looking into the real estate industry and seeing how I could kind of get my feet wet. And me growing up here in Coquitlam, I saw the growth opportunity. Like there's lots of condos going up, lots of residential, like the population is increasing.
Right.
But I didn't really notice any, I'm like, where are people going to work? And so it kind of just all came together when you reached out to me and you brought this opportunity, that there's a commercial real estate opportunity going on right in, 2 blocks from where I live. And I just thought it'll be a great opportunity to be a part of a growing city, not just in the condo space, but in a commercial space as well.
Nice. Excellent. Very good. And so, of course, we discussed and, we came across this opportunity about this amazing commercial pre-sale building on the offices, our first time to be marketing commercial offices to our clients. And, we reached out to everybody because it's not too different. So somebody wanting to get into commercial is not complex.
Yeah.
It's a very similar product or transition. And so, okay, well, that's great. And personally yourself, after we gave you the information, what other research and information did you rely on personally to make a decision to say, yes, I want to go with this? Because real estate agents, be it residential, commercial, I think our job is to just be able to inform people. But I know consumers are very much, they do their own homework.
Yeah.
So what information did you rely on to say, okay, let's pull the trigger?
Yeah. So lots of Googling. First of all.
Okay.
Googling.
Google our friend.
No, but when I started digging deeper into what a commercial lease is all about, what a commercial investment is about, especially learning about what a triple net lease was.
Okay.
That was kind of a thing that stood out.
Dig deeping. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm learning right now too.
That kind of stood out to me in terms of like, if it would be able to make my cash flow work.
Awesome.
With the projected rent of the office space.
Yes.
And so honestly, just like watching lots of YouTube videos, of commercial real estate investment podcasts, and just reading a lot. It kind of just all came together. And with the help of you, I was able to bring my research that I did online, and kind of bounce it off you. And you're able to kind of support my learning in that process. And so, yeah. Okay, yeah.
By the way, this content is not sponsored. Aside from a coffee. That's great. So just taking away from it is one, the individual research. We hope that YouTube sort of information becomes a new resource to people in Vancouver or looking to go into commercial, and as well as to be able to look at doing your own research to come up to this decision, which is always a great thing. We believe that good things always happens to people who do make decision, and they're not always in the middle. So we do give the credit to yourself. And why it is it so great? Because very rarely do I guess see Nick. He has not come from some, I mean, what I would say is like things being given to him. He has made his own savings and earnings. And it's a great example for most people in your age category in Vancouver to make a move. May not be commercial, but some kind of a move. So that's fantastic. Now, we just finished assigning your product. So assignment, we can talk all about the details of it, but you didn't even have to complete. You made an investment of 20% within about like a year and a half.
Exactly a year.
Yes.
On my birthday, actually.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Birthday,
It was Nick's. Actually, it was so good because we announced on your birthday. Our birthdays are the same. That we assigned it. And there's an amazing entrepreneur that actually will be taking over. Still a year and a half to go on this. What sort of a financial advice would you give to individuals that could be in your position that have accumulated some savings and for them to be able to make a decision on?
Yeah, for sure. I would say the biggest thing is trying to live below your means.
Yes.
Like I graduated university back in 2015 and, worked odds end jobs here and there. But as my income started to increase through work, I tried to keep my expenses as low as possible.
Good.
So that way I was able to leverage, savings accounts or investments to be able to level up faster. So that brought me to a point where I was able to kind of come up with the money, with the funds for this investment. So it's sort of like I was prepared when the opportunity presented itself.
Yes.
So I would say that was the biggest thing. And then number two is definitely surround yourself with the right people.
Very good.
It's a cliche, but your network is your net worth.
Of course.
You need those people around you to inspire you, to give you motivation, to throw ideas off of. And if you see it, it feels more real.
Right.
So if you're around people that are interesting, that are motivating, that are inspiring, that caused me to try to level up faster as well.
Awesome.
Do my research.
Perfect. So good. So of course in Vancouver, cost of living is not cheap, but it's great because it takes a very strong mindset to live within your means based on your income category, right? Don't have to go flashy, don't have to buy everything that's fancy out there. Having the right people, we always do encourage people that have the right advisor to give you the trustworthiness information, do your own due diligence, but make a decision. So very, very good. Now, that's part of how you got to pre-sale on the commercial. Then you did your own research. Now we have a reasonable return on it. What would be your next step into your investment? So now your net worth has grown. Let's just say, for example, 138,000. Gross profit out of this, and you didn't have to get a mortgage or anything. So that's the beauty of assignment. What would be your next step now?
So right now I'm gonna try to save as much as I can. Using certain investment vehicles, and I'm looking probably within a 1 year time horizon. Once the project completes and I get the full scope of my funds back.
Yes.
The main two industries I'll be looking at is industrials. In some industrial space or multifamilies. Just looking at the vacancy rate of an industrial space.
Yes.
It's extremely low. I'm not sure the exact numbers.
Yes.
Especially here in the Lower Mainland. So if I'm able to do something in that space, I think I'll be able to level up even further, and do some interesting things with that. So yeah, industrials and multifamily.
Excellent.
Sure.
And this is a great example because you have a plan to compound your investment return. Right. We call this as portfolio upgrading to continue increase your portfolio. So that's fantastic. And you know what? That's what we wanted to do on our first series of the podcast, Nick. Thanks for your time. You know, summarizing your point is how you jumped into a pre-sales is first making a decision, to your financial advisors, to that you have accumulated your savings, to of course based on the right advisor to make a investment in the field that you're comfortable after you have done all your research.
Yeah.
And now that the proceeds have been, you know, the investment made good return based on a calculated risk,
Yeah.
continue to upgrade your portfolio. So I look forward to do more podcasts with you, Nick, and continue with your successful journey. Thank you so much on our first podcast, man.
It's been a pleasure to be here, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Until our next video, guys.